Great morning, great morning, great morning. You guys come on in. Come on in. Come on in, y'all. Let me go ahead and share. And I need you guys to do the same. Let me get to it. Great morning. Great morning, great morning. Listen, let me go ahead and share. All right. Hey, Facebook, what's going on, you guys? Hey, Instagram. Let me go ahead and share on the Book of Faces. And let's get this party started right. Hey, let's get this party started quickly. All right, here we go. Share. All right. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go. Y'all know every morning when we get up and we get on here, we've got to start with a shot. Now, I'm trying to give people a chance to get on. You know, it takes a minute. They take a minute letting the people know we're live. So I'm trying to give people a chance to get on, but in just a minute, we're getting ready to take these shots. And then we're going to talk about keeping your eye on the prize. And I want you to notice that I did not say eyes. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Here we go. Come on in, come on in. Let me know who's here and where you're tuning in from. Let me know who's here and where you are tuning in from. Let me know. Hold on, let me share. All right. All right, so we're going to get started. Okay, here we go, y'all. Listen, it's always shot o'clock, right? Shot o'clock means it's time to take that shot. Every morning we get up, we get on here, and we're going to take our shot. This morning is absolutely no difference. Great morning, April. Thank you for sharing. We're going to take our shot. You notice I pulled out the gold. Pulled out the gold bottle. We've got our regular Alive apple cinnamon and our Alive Skin and Beauty, which is our liquid gold. Listen, Alive is an incredible product. You want to know more? Hit me up. I'll give you more information, more details. But as for now, it is time to do what we do when it is shot o'clock. What is that? We say shot, 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 shot. Shot, 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 shot. Everybody shake, shake, shake. Shake the devil off. A, B, C. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. I'm telling you, do, re, mi, A, B, C. 1, 2, 3. Alive, you and me. In all of its forms and facets. Y'all know my newest thing is our CVO was talking about. Good morning, Phoenicia. Hey, Eveline. Doing the Alive Skin and Beauty, our liquid gold, with our Alive Apple Cinnamon. So, you know, I'm a one up for a challenge. You know I love all of our Alive. It doesn't matter which one it is. I love it. So I'm going to pour in my liquid gold. Solid gold. Pour in my liquid gold. Now I've shaken up my Alive apple cinnamon. I'm going to pour that in. My God, today. Here's to keeping your eye on the prize. Cheers. Y'all. There are no words to describe just how good that is. Okay. I'm back. Okay. So listen, today I wanted to talk about keep your eye on the prize. Listen, God needs us to understand that in this season, there will be lots of things that come to distract you. And if you allow your eyes to dictate what you do and what you focus on, you're going to be distracted. I say our eyes because I'm talking about our natural eyes, what we see in the natural, right? Our eyes can get caught up. But your eye, right? And when I say your eye, I'm talking about that singular focus, right? Your eye, your spiritual insight. Keep that focused on the prize. If you keep your mind focused on the prize, if you stay focused on what it is God is doing and not what it is that your eyes, your natural eyes see, then you can stay focused so that you can do what God needs you to do. Now, let's talk distraction for just a second. Let's talk distraction. Yes, April, laser focus. So let's talk distraction. You know, our eyes are deceptive. The word even talks about like what we see. And our eyes, how our eyes can get us caught up. You know, when it comes to lust, where does it start? With your eyes. These two eyes right here, like they look, they see something, they be like, ooh, that's nice. Woo! And you get caught up. But when you focus on your spiritual eye, that keen center of your spirit that leads you and guides you and directs you and keeps you plugged into God, then no matter what these eyes see, you'll stay focused. And that's the key. You've got to stay focused. God wants us to understand that focus is critical in this season. Focus is critical in this season. Failure to focus is going to result in failure. Baby, let me say that one more time for the people all the way in the back. Failure to focus will lead to failure, right? The result of your failure to focus will be failure. You've got to understand that your focus is critical. Hey, Lady Michelle, congratulations, beautiful. I'm so proud of you. Yes, that's what happens when you stay focused, right? All of us have a calling. There's something that God has for us to do. It is our assignment, right? It is our assignment. It will be like a burning desire inside of us. We won't always understand it. It won't always make sense, but we know it to be the case because we feel it. Something is got us like, you know I know I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. Listen, I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do. You don't know how you're going to do it. You don't know what it's going to look like. But all you know is that you feel it in your being. You feel it in your body. Like every fiber of your being, when certain things show up or you hear certain things, it resonates with you and your eyes get wide because you're like, there's something about this that I'm supposed to hold on to. When you find that or those things, then you stay singular in your focus. Singular. I'm focused. Doesn't matter what my eyes see. You've got to be like a horse. Listen, let me tell you something. When they want to keep a horse going the way they want it to go, what they do is like they put blinders right? They put blinders, not blinders, but they limit their peripheral vision. Your peripheral vision gets you in trouble because you're seeing all the other things that are going on the other side. So you're not looking straight, right? So you're caught up in what's going on around you. Like you're trying to see everything going on around you instead of focusing on what is ahead of you, what it is that you are to do, what it is that that calling on your life, that assignment on your life. And check this out, y'all. Listen, let me say this. This is where collaboration becomes key. This is where coming together becomes key. This is where we are able to connect, to do more, to reach more, to go further. There's an old proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And I think sometimes we're so focused on going fast that we forget that our real desire, our real need is to go the distance. Go the distance. So many times we get cut off in the journey because we're just trying to go alone. Like we don't understand the power of collaboration and cooperation. We don't understand that God has created us to be interdependent, not dependent, not codependent, and not independent. God created us as humanity to be interdependent. In other words, my destiny is intertwined with the destiny of others. And so as I help them to achieve success, as I help them to accomplish their goals, I likewise accomplish mine. This is where we have to shift, right? This is where we have to shift. We have to shift and we have to understand that what God is doing in this season is absolutely designed to help us get there faster together than we can get there alone. Mm. Mm. And just like that, the drive-by got hijacked. Mm. Ooh. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the line because God is doing something different. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the line. If you want an individual prophetic word, put a 1 in the comments. Put a 1 in the comments. If you want an individual prophetic word, and I'm going to give you what God tells me to give you. There was a shift. There was a shift. God shifted some stuff, and I want to make sure that I'm obedient to what He's saying. Phoenicia, stop holding back. Stop holding back. You're holding back in another number of areas in your life. And it deals with your vulnerability. Like you don't want to be vulnerable. You don't like being vulnerable because you've been disappointed when you were vulnerable in the past. But you got to stop holding back. If you really want to see all of the promises of God manifest in your life, you're going to have to open yourself up to what God is doing in this season. And when you do that, what you're going to discover is in holding back, you were holding yourself up from the things that you were that God is calling you to do, that He's, working on you to do, that He's trying to get you to do. You're blocking blessings by not allowing yourself to open up and be vulnerable. There are some people who want to sow into you, pour into you, but you won't give them the chance. In fact, I hear you saying, I'm good. I'm good. No, that's okay. I'm good. No, 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 I'm all right. I'm good. When really God is not only trying to bless you, but he's also trying to bless them. So stop blocking blessings, right? On both sides, yours and those of other people. Okay. So open up, allow yourself to be vulnerable and watch God show up for you, because you're not putting your trust in people. You're putting your trust in God. And when you put your trust in God, you can never go astray, even if people go astray. You can never go astray. And God is always going to be true to his promises for your life. Bella. This season is a unique one for you. You've had a lot of different seasons in your life, but this season is a unique one. It's as though he's marrying things together. He's taking things of your life and marrying them together where people may see them and think they don't go together. He's marrying things together and making them make sense. It is a pulling it up together of things. And I see God, it's like a puzzle, but with this puzzle, there's not a lot of pieces. There's some big pieces, right? And so it's like there's been a piece missing that has suddenly come into play. And since that piece has come into play, it has pulled everything that looked like it was separate and apart together and made one picture. Okay? So yeah, God is marrying some things together for you. He's putting that piece in the puzzle to make everything connect. And then you're going to be able to look at the big picture and you're going to say, oh, that's what it was, right? Because right now it's been that you've been seeing pieces, but now you're seeing the whole, right? So you're not crazy. You see what you see. God has done what he's done and he's putting together what he's putting together. And regardless of whether it makes sense to other people or not, you see the picture. Focus on that. Keep your eye on that, okay? Nisi. There was a song, and it talked about, I can't, let me look at something real quick because I'm trying to think of these words. I don't want to say, well, let me just say, it's a song and it says something about I'm nothing without my radio or something like that, right? Radio. That's what radio. That's what I keep hearing, radio. I keep hearing radio, and I hear you on the radio. It's like I see a big boom box and the station is being turned, but on every station there's you. I hear you on the radio. I don't know what you're doing with your radio career. I don't know if you picked it back up, but I hear you on the radio, right? And this is the literal radio, okay? So the literal radio. Like I hear you coming through the speakers on the radio. This is radio, right? So I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I hear you on the radio. Okay? April. Everything the enemy meant to destroy you, God is using to set you up. Everything. People are going to be absolutely confounded by how God moves in your life in the after. It was amazing to watch the before, but I hear God saying that people are going to be blown away by your after, and it is in the after that God is producing something in you that he needed to come forth from you. There's another level of growth, determination, stick-to-itness that he has produced in your after. We talk about before Christ and after the death of Christ. And I hear God saying that it is in the after that some of the greatest miracles are going to be performed. It is in the after that God is going to do some of his greatest work. It is in the after. So I hear God saying, celebrate your after. I know that some would think and would want you to stay in a place of stuck, but I hear God say, celebrate your after, because after this, that's what I keep hearing, after this, after this, after this, after this, after this, and after this, God did. Embrace your after and watch what God does with it all. Okay, Phoenicia said, amen. You're welcome, babe. April said, yes, Nisi. Mike, this is a season where it's not going to be easy. This is a season where it's not just going to flow, because this is a breakthrough season. The thing about a breakthrough season is you first of all have to break through some barriers, and you can't break through them without force, right? It's going to require force. The kingdom of God suffers violence, and the violent take it by force. There are some things that you're going to have to take by force. It's not just going to fall in your lap. It's not just going to flow. There is actual force that is required. This is a season of force. Now, listen. Ideally, and there are times when things just flow. But this is a season where you are facing a great deal of resistance that can only be overcome with force. It's going to require you to dig deep. It's going to require you to go hard. And I'm telling you, because the enemy wants to lull us into this place where we are asleep to the timing of God when it comes to force. Okay. It's like, the enemy wants to convince you if it requires too much work, it ain't God. Well, what God is doing requires work, and it requires a lot of work, and it requires breakthrough. And it requires breakthrough because when I tell you there is a wall between you and destiny, and you not just gonna be able to tap it. You can't. This is not one where you can just speak. This one you have to break down, and the only way you break it down is with force. Force is required. That's what I want to tell you. Force is required. It requires force. Hey, Deshaun. Hey, Miss Leela. I've been trying to call you. I'm trying to reach you. Miss Leela, please contact me. I love you, boo. Oh, praise God. Deshaun, I'm nervous when people say, can I ask you something? Yes, Nisi. After this, celebrate your after. You're welcome. Thank you, beautiful. I love you. All right, listen. Oh, Miss Leela. Oh, hold on. Let me go back. Deshaun, let me say this. This is a season where God is playing no games with you. And he's trying to get you somewhere. And the key to this is, listen, he's trying, right? He's laying some things out for you, but you keep bucking, you keep turning against, you keep walking away from. You've gotten comfortable. But it's not a game. It's not a game. God is doing something in your life. It is not a game. And when you get on the other side of it, it's going to make sense. But this is what I'm going to tell you to help you get on the other side. pay attention. Pay attention and listen to the small, still voice, because the small, still voice of God is speaking to you. And it's like you refuse to listen. Like you want it to be extra loud. Like if it's not extra loud, you can't. That's not what he's doing for you. It's the small, still voice. You got to do this. Force, Summerlin. Mike, I understand, but I'm telling you, there's a story, and I want you to read the book Think and Grow Rich, for real. Read the book Think and Grow Rich. But there's a story, and it's a story of a man that he bought this land, and he was searching for gold. He had found some preliminary gold, and then they dug, and he had investors, his family invested, all these people invested, and he found some initial gold, right? And then it went dry. It went dry, 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 right? And so he sold the land, sold his equipment. Now, there was a man who bought his stuff who had been watching him and following his journey. And so what that man did was he got the land, he got the equipment, and then he hired someone to do an analysis of the land. And what he discovered was there needed to be an adjustment. And in that adjustment, 3 feet from where that man stopped digging was the gold. 3 feet. Just 3 feet. 3 feet is not much. 3 feet, 36 inches from where he stopped was the gold. So he bought the equipment. He bought the land. He had investors. And eventually he ended up paying everyone back. But he missed the true breakthrough by 36 inches, just 3 feet. 3 feet. You're 3 feet away from your breakthrough. Can't afford to not have the strength to endure. You're 3 feet away. 3 feet. 3 feet. Get the expertise, make any necessary adjustments, and go forth. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. I get it. You know, well, we can't stop. Can't quit. We're too close. And quitting can't even be an option. It can't be an option. Failure can't be an option. Absolutely. The kingdom of heaven suffers violence, and the violent take it by force. Right? The kingdom of heaven suffers violence, and the violent take it by force. So some of us have been out here and we've gotten into a comfortable place where we have been kind of passive, right? We have allowed the saying, well, if it doesn't just flow or if it doesn't come easy, then that's not God. The enemy is tricking us out of what belongs to us because now we're thinking, oh, we just need to, oh, that's a sign. Listen, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all what's a sign. I'm going to tell y'all what's a sign. What's a sign is God has called us to greatness and breakthrough. And if you're not there, that's a sign to keep going. That's a sign to not faint. The word of God says, listen, be not weary in well-doing, for in due season you shall reap. You shall reap. But this is what's happening. The people of God have been lulled to sleep, and they've been lulled by their frustration. Lulled by their frustration. Lulled by the fact that it's not happening. Lulled by the fact that it didn't go right. Lulled by the fact that, something was off, or I thought it was going to go left, but it went right. And, we've been lulled. No, absolutely. This is our due season. But even in your due season, there's some things that you're going to have to take by force. You're going to have to take it by force. It's not just going to be handed to you. The enemy's not just going to bow down. He's going to do his job. His imps are going to do their job. And your inner thoughts are going to do their job, which is to protect you, right? Your brain is trying to protect you, from failure, from disappointment, from sadness. Whole time you're still stuck and still feeling all those emotions, right? So at what point do we go into battle? I'm a warrior by nature. I'm a warrior. And I didn't realize how much of a warrior I was. But I am. And I was having a conversation. With someone, and they were saying, Dr. V, it's like you're this warrior, like you like have on, like, you know, in the spirit, like you're this huge warrior. Anytime you are called to be a warrior, anytime you are called to great battle, the enemy will try to weary you. That's his tactic. I told you his tactics don't change. He will try to weary you so that you back down. And anytime you know, like you feel it, you feel called to do something, right? You feel like you're supposed to do it, and you feel like you're supposed to have success. Like you've seen it, but then it just gets rough, right? That's the enemy's way of wearing you out. The enemy's trying to wear us out. Now we can sit back and let each other get worn out, but listen, y'all, I struggle with that. I struggle with that, especially when I see what God is doing. I struggle with that. It's hard for me to sit back and let you just tap out when God is trying to break you through. See, sometimes you're going to tap. Sometimes you just got to punch your way through. Okay, so I shared this story, and I've shared this story before, but I'm going to share it because I feel like it really symbolizes what we need to be doing in this season. So when I was growing up, you know, I had a friend, and we fell out, and she, you know, wanted to fight me. She was lying on me. Like, let's fight, girl. Let's fight. Let's go to the lab. Let's fight. So I was not known to be a fighter. I was not a fighter. Like, I did not fight at school, right? But this particular time, I had enough, right? I was sick of it. I was sick of people playing with me. I was sick of people playing in my face. And if I was going to fight, right, then I was going to fight. Let's fight, right? So we go to fight, and she kicks me in my stomach, which I feel like is a low blow. But when you're fighting, all is fair game, right? So she kicks me in my stomach, and I double over, and I'm holding my stomach, and I say, wait, wait a minute. In that moment, I had to make a decision. Either I was going to get beat up, I was going to be doubled over, I was going to quit, I was going to get beat up, or I was going to allow that low blow, that blow that doubled me over and made me like, it knocked the wind out of me. I was going to let that take me out, or I was going to do what I did, which was I gathered myself, and I was like, I know you didn't just kick me in my stomach. I know you didn't just kick me in my stomach. And something awoke in me. And every time in my life when there's been something that happened that like doubled me over, like it was a blow that knocked the wind out of me, or it doubled me over, and I was like, what in the world? There is a common response that I have. That is, I get up and I go into battle mode. It's time to go into battle mode. Yes, this is a season of open doors. But you think the enemy just gonna let you walk to the door? What are you talking about? That's not the way it works. He's not gonna do that. He's not gonna just let you walk to the door. And if you just walk to the door, you wouldn't have the strength, the stamina, or the character to deal with what's on the other side of the door. So know that the stuff that you're going through right now is giving you strength, character, and stamina for what's on the other side of your open doors. Oh yeah, there are all kinds of open doors, but baby, you better have the strength, the character, and the stamina for what's on the other side, because what's on the other side will either make you or break you. So it's time to war up. It's time to be battle ready. It's time to fight for what it is that God has shown you, what it is that God has given you, what it is that God has ordained for you. It's time to fight for it. This ain't the time to tap out. This ain't the time to back up. No, this is the time to fight for it. Now, we get to decide always what we do. We always get to decide. We get a choice. God gives us free will. We get a choice. But choose ye this day whom you will serve. Because serving God means that you're going to have to go to battle on some things. We battle the wrong stuff. We battle about the wrong stuff. And the stuff that we need to battle, we back up on. No, you're 3 feet away, 36 inches from changing the entire structure of your life. 3 feet, 36 inches from the promises of God being made manifest abundantly. 3 feet away, 36 inches from the breakthrough that you have prayed for years. 3 feet away, 36 inches from everything that you've envisioned. You are 3 feet away, 36 inches from being a living testimony. 3 feet away, 36 inches for being the poster child for God's grace, mercy, his power, and his ability to transform our life. 3 feet away, 36 inches. I refuse to stop if I am only 3 feet away. No. All the hell I went through, all that I dealt with, and I'm going to quit 3 feet, 36 inches from what God promised me? I'm knocking out everything that gets in my way, climbing over everything that becomes an obstacle, digging under anything I can't get over. Because I'm only 3 feet away. 36 inches from the promise. The children of Israel turned a 3-day journey into 40 years because of their disobedience. A 3-day journey turned into 40 years. And I don't know about you all, but I've been on this merry-go-round in my life for way too many years. And I refuse to quit 3 feet away, 36 inches from everything that God has promised me. So come hell or high water, whatever I got to go through, I got to go through. Whatever I got to fight through, I got to fight through. This is the sad part. Y'all listen, the truth of the matter is the enemy can't take it from you, but he can frustrate you until you tap out. His greatest tactic. He can frustrate you until you don't believe in you enough to continue going. He can frustrate you enough till you say, well, I guess it's just not for me. He can frustrate you enough to get you to that point. Or you can take the kick in the stomach and say, wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. And get up, and you better hear Rocky theme music. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. I mean, you and go to war. The promise is the promise. The promise is the promise. But the way is fraught with some challenges. That's designed to separate the weak from the strong. And I'm not talking about weak in terms of physical strength. I'm talking about weak in terms of mental fortitude and spiritual strength. You don't have to be able to lift the most weight. You've got to be able to have the greatest endurance, resilience, stick-to-itness. No, it ain't for the faint at heart. This journey is not for the faint. But if you will, pick up your bed and walk, you can get there. Or we have the option. God gives us choices. We can sit beside the pool of Bethesda waiting for someone to stir the water and pick us up and put us in. But today Jesus says, arise, take up thy bed and walk. He's got you. I pray that this word today has blessed you guys. What I know for sure and for certain is that this is not the time to tap out. It's time to lock in. And when I say lock in, I mean lock in. If you lock in, lock in. If you follow instructions, I'm telling you, God is getting ready to blow your mind with what he does in your life. He's getting ready to blow your mind. Now, many times when we want to tap out, it's our saboteurs talking to us. It's our self-sabotaging thoughts and behaviors kicking in. It's our brain trying to protect us from disappointment. When you all look at God, right in time for your battle, what God has sent is the No More Sabotage Supercharged 7-week course. For 7 weeks, we're doing the work. Nobody can do the work for you. We definitely can provide you with the tools and the support system to do the work. Go to bit.ly/No More Supercharge 1, bit.ly No More Supercharge 1. If you've taken at least 3 of my courses, reach out to me. I have a special discount code for you. But God is trying to do something great in your life, in our lives. But y'all, we got to take it by force. Ain't no tap out. Ain't no tap out. It's only lock in. So it's time to get locked and loaded. Keep your eye on the prize and watch what God does. I pray this word bless you. You guys join us at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central for Passionate Pursuit of Manifested Destiny Ministries. We'll be going live with our Sabbath fellowship. You're not going to want to miss this. I don't know. The way God just shifted that, oh, I know he about to do something today. So y'all want to make sure that you're in the place and that you invite someone to join with you. Look, I promise you this. If you just stay plugged into God, God will get you to where you need to be. But stay plugged in, baby. Stay plugged in. Stay locked in. Stay locked in. And don't be afraid to fight. If you got to fight for anything, fight for that. Fight for that. Y'all know how you be fighting because somebody stepped on your shoe, fighting because somebody played with your name, fighting because, you know, someone messed with your man or your woman. Come on, y'all. Fight for destiny because that's what it's going to take. It's going to take a fight if you're going to get there. Listen, join us. Join us. Make sure you go ahead and register, y'all. We start next Thursday. The class is going to be on Wednesday nights, but next Thursday will be our first class. It's the only class on Thursday. Every other class is going to be on Wednesday night. I know this, that God's about to do some supernatural things that's going to transform lives. Look, I love you guys to life and life more abundant. Have an amazing, incredible, and epic day. Be blessed. Mwah.